To Hide and Seek TV. I'm about to get ready to do a very deep breakdown on your boy Kevin Durant. I've been meaning to get to this for a minute. Now I got the time. I'm about to really tap deep into this because first off, before I even get into him, I want to show you. I want to delve deep into the whole aspect of his mother, and I'm gonna delve deep into this because what I'm about to do, I'm about to tap high into this because this stuff right here is so crazy because this stuff, I'm just gonna let the clip play and I'm gonna chime in.
Even though I want him to do everything I want him to do, he
Listen to that. Listen to this. Listen what she said. Listen to her. Because I'm about to take it back. I'm about to take this back to '05. But let's let her talk right quick.
can, and even though I want him to do everything I want him to do, he clearly makes his own decisions, and I'm happy for that.
Now let me ask you a question. This is a serious question.
Oh
You know,
God.
Oklahoma's cool, but his contract is up this year,
Yes,
and New York needs him. Don't you feel better in New York? I mean, I seen you doing runs in New York.
that's
Doesn't New
what he was
York
gonna
give you life? Like, it's that feeling, like
I like New York. I do.
You like the Knicks?
I like basketball. Yeah, I do like the Knicks.
Mhm.
Okay.
I'm just trying to.
She's
I'm
like,
just
I'm
telling you
gonna
how
leave this
beautiful New
ambiguous.
York
Does he,
is.
does he involve you and stuff like that though? Because I remember hearing a story that who was trying to sign him, was it Under Armour?
Under Armour, yeah.
And they promised you to build you a community center or something like that.
Well, yeah, he's my son, and
Yeah.
that's a major decision in his life. So of course he'll talk to me and get my opinion about it.
Just listen to this right here because I'm about to tap deep. Because now, as you know, we already know she has a huge influence on his decision making. Hint the whole aspect of the Golden State Warriors. Hint the whole aspect, as you see, this is 2016. Hint the whole aspect of him ended up in Brooklyn as well. You know what I'm saying? And I'm about to really tap deep into this because this stuff goes way back. You feel what I'm saying? And I want you to really pay attention. I'm gonna play the clips and I'm gonna chime on in.
Coach Craig, Chucky is what we call him.
Now hear that? His coach back then in 2005, his AAU coach name was they used to call him Chuck. I think his name was Charles, if I'm not mistaken. Now, like I've been breaking this down for the longest, the name Charles anyway don't mean nothing but free man. You know what I mean? Like a warrior and a man that's of basically free from bondage, etc. You look at that like the Messiah role. You get what I'm saying? Hint why Morgan Freeman is always playing a role of God and always speaking on the story of God. You get what I'm saying? He's always portrayed as God in Bruce Almighty and in Evan Almighty and so forth. But like I'm about to really tap into this because his coach at the time back in 2005 had got shot in the back for trying to break up a fight. He died at 35 years old. But like I said, this about to get real deep because he died April 30th, 2005. Now Durant at the time was obviously like 16, you know what I'm saying? But like his mother, you know what I mean, was already pushing him and everything to become pushed into the NBA. But what I'm about to do is like I said, I'm about to play the clips and I'm gonna chime on in because this stuff it's crazy.
He told me that one day you can be pretty good, and we worked, and he gave me the first opportunity to play on his team.
Durant was 8 years old when he walked into this recreation center in St. Pleasant, Maryland.
Hint the whole aspect of Saint Pleasant. Saint Pleasant. And Durant was 8 years old. I want you to pay attention to this.
And met 27-year-old AAU coach Charles Craig.
Now, the aspect of him, notice how they mentioned he was 27 when he met him and Durant was 8. Now, like anyway, he died at 35. Notice Durant is 8 and he's 27. 8 plus 27 is 35. You know what I'm saying? And when you understand the number 27 in scripture, the number 27 always deals with the spirit of the Most High. You get what I'm saying? Hint how I said his name was Charles. I remember I was just talking about how that means nothing but Freeman. And then you notice how Morgan Freeman always plays the role of God. But I'm about to keep this rolling.
I was a tall, skinny kid. I haven't played basketball
Notice he wears number 32. 3 times 2 is 6. I'm going to keep this going, man.
that much. And of course, the tallest guy always gets the second look, once you walk into the gym. He gave me confidence when I didn't have confidence in myself. He told me every time I stepped on the floor that you're the best player on the floor.
He and Kevin have the same spirit.
Listen to
He and
this.
Kevin were a little closer. He and Kevin have the same spirit.
He and Kevin had the same spirit.
They'd watch the NBA draft together.
Notice how they said they watched the NBA draft together. And what tripped me out because just pay attention to this. Listen to this.
And Coach shared a future vision with his prized pupil.
You say, man, I can't wait till we go to the green room. And they call your name for the draft. And at an early age, I was like, man, I'm not playing the NBA. He always tell me that I'm going to be there one day.
By high school, Durant
Yeah, they was already programming it then. You see how they was watching the draft and everything? Just pay attention to this.
had developed into one of the best
Notice Durant wore number 42 at the time.
prospects in the nation.
4 plus 2 is 6. And remember I said he wore number 32 as an 8-year-old. 3 times 2 is 6. 4 plus 2 is 6.
But during his junior
Notice in high school, in his junior year in high school at Oak Hill, he
year
wears
at
number
Oak Hill
33.
Academy,
3 plus 3 is 6. That's 33 degrees of masonry. And this is when his coach died. Just pay attention to this.
he received devastating news.
Notice that right there. He died by the United States Postal Office. What's so deep about that is how his mother was a postal office worker, man. You feel what I'm saying? I told you I'm about to take it deep. Let's keep it rolling.
His beloved coach had been murdered, shot in the back after breaking up a street fight.
One of those deals, wrong place at the wrong time. So, man, it was.
I knew how much it would affect Kevin because I knew how much they love one another. Because I knew how much they love one another.
Remember she said they had the same spirit?
We just kind of cried, you know. It was sad. It was a sad moment. Very sad.
I thought he was like Superman. I didn't, think anything would happen to him. To hear that he wasn't going to be around anymore, I was shocked.
He died at 35. Remember how I said he met him when he was 27 and Durant was 8. 27 plus 8 equals 35. And what's so deep about that is 3 plus 5 literally don't mean nothing, but it's 8. You know what I'm saying? And when you go into that, you will understand the number 8 represents nothing but the star of Ishtar, the mother goddess, aka planet Venus, which Ishtar is identified with. The 8 points of the star, the mother goddess of Babylon. You get where I'm going with this?
I wanted to do something for him, but I didn't know what. My godfather said the best thing you could do is wear a 35. That's the age he got murdered.
Durant has worn number 35 ever since.
He wasn't there when you committed to Texas or wasn't there for the green room. What would it have been like to have him at those key moments?
I could just imagine now. We'd have been laughing. He'd have been crying.
Let's get to the meat of it. You know what I'm saying? And like I said, he died April 30th at 35 years old. The aspect of April 30th is nothing but basically nothing but the high level of Walpurgis Day, which is nothing but the high level of ritual blood sacrifice. Remember how I said he died literally by the post office. You know what I'm saying? And his mother was a post office worker. So I'm about to take this deep because as you see, the post office literally uses nothing but the eagle as the sign because of the United States of America. And when you understand that, you know what I mean, what's so deep about that is how it uses like the Hawkeye. And when you understand that, which is so deep about that, Durant in 2007, his first game, I think November 16th, when he first got drafted 2007, he had played a game against the Atlantic Hawks where he hit the first game winner. And when you understand that, the Atlanta Hawks anyway uses nothing but the eye of Horus, the hawk eye. You know what I'm saying? So this stuff is already showing you how they was already lining it up then, man. You feel what I'm saying? But I'm about to keep it rolling even some more because when you understand that too, it literally just get crazy. Because listen to what he says.
And You wake me up in the middle of the night in the summer times, making me run up a hill, making me do push-ups,
Just getting him
screaming at
prepped.
me from the sideline of my games at 8 or 9 years old.
This is when he met. Remember, she met Charles Craig, and remember he was already saying he gonna be NBA ready because of his height and skill at the time.
We wasn't supposed to be here. You made us believe. You kept us off the street, put clothes on our backs, food on the table. When you didn't eat, you made sure we ate. You went to sleep hungry. You sacrificed for us. You the real MVP.
You sacrificed for us. You feel what I'm saying? Let's keep this going. 'Cause remember in 2007, he was drafted by Seattle, Washington. And when you understand he's from Washington, D.C., and all D.C. is the District of Columbia. You know what I'm saying? And the whole aspect of the Columbia is nothing but the goddess Venus, aka Columbia, aka Ishtar. Remember how I've been talking about how he wears number 30, he wore number 35 at the time. That's why now in Brooklyn, he wears number 7. You know what I'm saying? Notice how now in Brooklyn he wears number 7. You get what I'm saying? Like, come on, man. It's all in our face because that literally represents the completion aspect. You get where I'm going with this. But I'm about to keep this thing rolling because as you see too, he had the movie, actually, I think this is like 2012. He had the movie Thunderstruck. And what Thunderstruck was it about a player who was in high school and he wasn't good. But what happened was he ended up getting the powers from Kevin Durant. Like they did like a weird swap and like he got the powers from Kevin Durant. And what happened was he gained Kevin Durant's power and Durant gained his power. Where Durant couldn't score good at all, and but the kid who was in high school still had all Kevin Durant's abilities, so he was able to score at will. And when you understand that aspect, all that represents is nothing but the level of witchcraft. Plus, notice how Durant is holding the ball with the one finger high. When you understand that anyway, that's just nothing but like the Baphomet. You get where I'm going with this? Come on, man. You know what I'm saying? And going back to that whole body swap of the film, I'm actually gonna play a clip of it in a second. But this shows is nothing but witchcraft. Pay attention to this. This is a movie called The Skeleton Key.
I told you I wanted a black one this time.
You feel what I'm saying? Because she wanted to be put in a black body. You get what I'm saying? Right here. You see how he had the kids' abilities because they swap bodies? You know what I'm saying? And actually, too, you remember it's always happening because you remember Kawhi Leonard. I mean, Giannis Antetokounmpo. Remember when he really hit fame, really hit the peak level of being. His dad name is Charles as well, Charles Antetokounmpo. Remember how I said Durant already said that his name was Charles Craig. You know what I'm saying? Notice how Giannis' father name is Charles Antetokounmpo as well with the name Charles. Remember, I already said that means nothing but free man, and all that represents is nothing like but the aspect of the Messiah. You know, notice Morgan Freeman always playing a role of God. You get what I'm saying? Like this stuff is so deep, man. But as you see that, notice how his father died when he hit his peak in the NBA. Hey, remember Kawhi Leonard's father had got gunned down. Actually, like what, a year after Charles, or like a couple years after Durant's, man had got killed, his AAU coach. Not comparing the murders, but basically his name was Mark Leonard. You know what I'm saying? Which is so deep because Mark, they said, was at the car wash at the time, and then he had got gunned down trying to make it to Kawhi Leonard's game. And when you understand a car wash, the car anyway, like I always mention, is nothing but basically like the vessel and like the vehicle transporting, through the spiritual and physical realms. You know what I'm saying? When you car washing, that mean the renewal. You get where I'm going with this. Mark Leonard. And when you remember how anyway I said the name Charles means army and warrior because the name Mark don't mean nothing but basically like a god of war, warlike. You know what I'm saying? So this stuff it goes this deep, man. But like I said, I'm gonna keep this going because remember his mother, she basically opened up about how he went to Golden State. You know what I'm saying? Because remember on Golden State, he averaged 35 points a game in the NBA Finals. Come on, man. He averaged 35 points a game. Like, this stuff is not by mistake, man. You gotta look at how all of this stuff adds up. And, like, look at his mother right here. Look at the hand on the cheek. All of that is nothing but the Freemasonry. You know what I'm saying? This is all it is nothing but the Masonic hand gestures. You feel where I'm going with this? The hand on the face is nothing but the level of being enlightened, reaching full illumination. You know what I'm saying? And as you see, remember Durant was a Longhorn. Remember he used to play for Texas. When like I've been breaking it down about Texas anyway in my videos, Texas alone, when you look at it, it's the Lone Star. When you understand the aspect of being a Lone Star state, that represents nothing but basically the bright morning star representing Messiah. Notice how Texas is called the Longhorn State, hint the horns of salvation of the Most High. And then what tripped me out about that too, like I said, how he got drafted by Seattle and how he Seattle, Washington, and how he's from Washington, D.C. Remember I was talking about that parallel of the Mother Goddess, Columbia, aka District of Columbia, Washington. But anyway, how he played in Texas, and then you remember he played with Westbrook and Harden in OKC. But remember Harden and Westbrook both ended up in Texas. So you think this stuff is not scripted? Come on, man. Like it goes that deep, you know what I'm saying? It's literally that deep. And I just really wanted to touch on that because they always do the same stories every time again, man. It's always the same story. That show these people lives is already scripted. You know what I'm saying? But I'm actually going to end that right here. Thank you for watching Hide and Seek TV. Much more is coming. Stay tuned. Peace.